Doug Ford Bites.
Calling from a 519 area code. Who's this? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Sandy from Ontario.
Sandy from Ontario. Thank you so much for calling. I don't know if you heard this the other day, but I really the drawing is amazing. I love it. Thank you so much, and
It
also
really
for
is
the
amazing.
apple chips,
Yeah.
the syrup.
Yeah, so you did get to try the apple chips?
Yeah, they're delicious. I mean, they're not they're not New York State apples, but I mean they're okay.
Oh, we're going to go there already?
Well, I mean that's where I start.
Uh-huh. So I wanted to talk about the upcoming Ontario election on June 2nd.
Please.
So we are kind of in trouble right now because it does look like polling is suggesting that the Conservative Party led by Doug Ford has a very good chance of winning re-election. And if that happens, it is absolutely detrimental to healthcare in Ontario, to the environment in Ontario, to people who are living with disabilities, like everything possible you can imagine. Like Ontario has the largest green belt in the world, and he plans on paving over part of it with a useless highway. And that's in the works to start should he get reelected. And you can't, like once that's gone, you can't get that back. He plans on privatizing hospitals, like bringing a few of those in. He plans on privatizing the rollout of Ontario disability support, which is horrific for people who are on disability because they're just going to constantly look for ways to kick people off. And the people on disability are already struggling and hanging on by a thread as is.
Why are you anticipating him winning? Not questioning your ability to assess, but what is it? Why would he get reelected?
He comes across as very folksy and friendly. Like he tends to relate to the people, even though he is one of the elites. Like he was born into wealth. His family runs a company. His family was into politics, but he really plays it as he's one of the regular guys type thing. And people seem to, respond to his personality that way. But right now the polling is like the seat projection and the polling. They're two different things because the way the first past the post system up here works is ridiculous. So like 36% of the popular vote is what the projection is right now, but it's 72 seat projection, and he only needs 63 in order to have a majority in the government.
Oh, well, hang in there. Keep us updated. I mean, it's disappointing.
Yeah, just anyone who knows anyone in Ontario who's listening, it's so important to just get out and vote and stop listening to the Liberals because they always have this habit of saying, stop splitting the vote. The NDP has a better chance of winning. And the Liberals, they aren't any better than the Conservatives. We're in this mess because of the neoliberal policies of the Liberal Party. The cuts that they already did, they stripped this province down to the foundation. So now the Conservatives come in and they can just tip it over.
Right.
Like it's so important to just stick to your principles and vote NDP. Like I'm going to do that even though I have a personal relationship with the NDP because I tried to get into politics, and what they did to me personally was pretty abusive. And yet I'm going to eat that and still vote for them because it's not just about me. There's like so many people who are in jeopardy. Like people lost their lives because of the policies of this government during the pandemic. And it's only going to get worse because the privatized long-term care beds that suffered the worst in this pandemic, he plans on making more of them. And he rewarded the people who allowed these deaths to happen. On my channel, I have...
Okay. You want to plug the channel?
Yeah, so on my channel right now, I'm doing these things called Doug Ford Bites, where it's just super quick videos reminding people of the things he's done from the silly to the horrific. Meant to be like super quick shareable video clips, and that's on Left of the Box.
Left of the Box, folks. All right, we'll put a link to that in the podcast description. Thanks again, Sandy. Really appreciate it.
Great. Thank you so much, and I'm so glad you liked the drawing.
I loved it. Appreciate it.
It was beautiful. Really well done.